Are we live yet?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Welcome to
folks. How
another
you doing?
show with Mike and Keith.
You know, there was a question earlier on, but before I do, I think I said hi to everybody in the chat. Did I see new Ashes? Hello, Ashes. Oh, I got to be on the comment section over here, don't I? It's kind of hard to see. I got the camera right here in front of the top buttons. Yeah, Bearded Bob. I tagged you, but I accidentally hit the space bar and then the B, and then you came up. You're not coming up, so if you want people to find you easier, just go edit your name and back that B up one. Back it up. Because you got a space, then the B. But if that's the way you want it, that's cool too, man. Gary, hello, Gary. Choking Ghost, hello. Wendy, hello. How are you? And again, hi to everybody I already typed for. There was a question in the chat, and it looks like it just came up again. Is the arm wrestling match on between you and I this year? Because your arm or something was hurting, or you was sick or something last year.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Bring it on, he says. So as long as we're both up to it, it's on.
I'm going to be up to it. I've been eating my Wheaties and everything else.
So do we want to? You want to do it live on your channel?
Why not?
All right, it'll be live on Mike's channel when we go to do it. And so yeah, no betting though. It's illegal to bet without a proper form.
Wait a minute. We're going to be in Oklahoma, so yes, betting is legal in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but most people aren't in Oklahoma.
We'll say that you were there.
Kennel Mine is here. You know, there's silver's not really selling that well. How did you do this weekend at the show?
Actually, I sold some silver.
You did? I bet you sold what, 100 pieces maybe?
I sold 5 of them kilo bars.
5 kilos.
And 151 ounce rounds.
Wait for it, folks.
20 of the 10-ounce bars.
Wait for it now. How much over spot did you have to sell them to sell?
Kilos and 10-ounce bars I was doing at spot. Rounds I was doing 30 cents over.
There you go. 30 cents over. Ashes is asking, are we going to need a medic on the scene at the arm wrestling match?
Well, we'll have a medic standing by. I'm sure they're going to want to rush Keith out of there, but we'll be ready.
Okay, I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. It was King Kong Brody and Andre the Giant were my faves. And then came along, who's that, Rick? I keep wanting to say Springfield, but it's not. It's the blonde-haired Ricky guy. I can't think of his name.
Ric Flair.
That's it, Ric Flair. Who's your favorite WWE wrestler? I guess that as far as modern, the guy I like don't wrestle anymore. He's an actor, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Mid-America Coins, what about you? You watch
man, I got to say Cena all the way.
John Cena?
John Cena.
Oh, look at it.
And, you know,
you have to hit the super chat button.
Batista wasn't bad either. You know, I like Batista. And I also liked, Randy Savage was awesome back in his day.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Snap into a Slim Jim, he would tell you.
That was a wrestling match. There was a 16-man, I forget what they call it, where they throw each other out of the ring.
A rumble. A Royal Rumble.
King of the Ring or something. I don't know what.
The Royal Rumble is what they call it today.
But as far as live events, whether it be a concert, a wrestling match, a race car, racing day or whatever, that was the very first one I ever seen live action anything. And Andre the Giant's this great big 7-foot something guy. So at the very beginning, and this was at St. Louis Kiel Auditorium in Missouri. And the very first person they threw out, a whole bunch of guys sat there and piled up on Andre the Giant because they knew if they didn't get him out soon, they were gone.
Yeah, I think I seen that one. Wasn't you in that crowd there helping to push him over?
No. And I think, if I remember right, I think King Kong Brody won that match. 16-man, I don't know what they call it. They call it.
Well, today they do a 30-man.
Yeah, Ric Flair. Big brother love, poor Keith. I know, right? He's going to slam me in the arm wrestling match. I know it. Somebody saying Flair. Keith, how do your fingernails have? Actually, they don't have slight pink color anymore. Did you hear about that?
We seen it. My
You
wife
seen
said
it?
something about it.
They got this goal thing, and we hit the goal, and it was paint my fingernails. So the goal was met. 10 $5 super chats. And then I said, okay, if you guys want to get my hands up by my face, I need a $50 super chat. And then they tried doing it. I said, no, it's $150. I'm trying to get people not to do it because I know once it goes up on the internet, it's there forever. Someone's going to pull it and put it somewhere. But yeah, Michael LaFew said, Keith, you're showing your fingernails by your face because they were on two different cameras, my face and my fingernails. So I'm sure a lot of people want to know about the pennies. What do you think about President Trump, Mike, doing the pennies?
You know, there's a lot of other things he can be doing, but
There it is.
At the same time, I always thought it was time to get rid of the penny and the nickel.
See, you guys all beat me. It was a battle royale. That's what they called it. 16-man battle royale. You had the Sure Blue, Ashes against an army, and I just couldn't think of it.
Now they call it the Royal Rumble.
Is that what they call? I don't know what they call it anymore. I don't watch wrestling anymore.
I watch it off and on, not like I used to. But yeah.
Okay, so Lisa Anderson wants to know what you think about my unpainted fingernails. I think she's referring to the painted ones on Sunday.
It says, "What do you think about your fingernails?" And I'm talking about the fingernails I seen. I was almost ready. But I couldn't find my stamps. I wanted to mail him a pink dress to go with that.
And the clothes was off. I said, no way are you guys ever going to be able to get me put on female clothes.
Come on, guys. He had the nails. Don't you think he should have had the dress too?
Hey, that's a thought. Mike might be afraid to wrestle me if I paint my fingernails.
Well, at that point, I probably use just my pinky to arm wrestle him.
But seriously, it's all making the shows.
I feel like I was arm wrestling a girl, and I had to take it a little easy on him.
It's about making the shows fun, giving people something different. So yeah, what about the pennies? Now, Trump is able to stop minting the pennies on a temporary basis, of course, but it's going to take an act of Congress, is it not, to stop production altogether?
It has to go. It does by legal law. It's going to have to go through its course. They got to vote on it, remove it. Do I think it's a good idea to eliminate that penny and nickel? Yeah, I do.
Nope.
Why?
Nope. I think they should restrict circulation, meaning they should still mint it for the proof sets, for the mint sets, because they get such an absorbent price. And it would actually pick up the sales for the proof sets and the mint sets. And just to make it even more fun, they treat it like currency, and every fourth year, then they mint a whole bunch of them for the public.
But if they eliminate them from even the proof set, don't that make that whole silver proof set nothing but silver?
What are you talking about?
The silver sets.
What about them?
The pennies
are made out of silver now.
No, you got the penny and nickel involved.
That's what I said. The pennies. Oh, get rid of them, and then the silver set could be a true silver set. There you go.
It took them long enough to catch that, guys.
I think the penny should be eliminated from regular chains, and they should bring back the $50. Well, we have the $50 still.
We have it, but it's not. It's only being put in the sets. Guys, I'm going to tell you, Canada eliminated their penny, and they made money off eliminating that penny. Because they made a gold penny,
a silver
penny,
gold gilded.
They made a gold gilded. They made, guys, they made money off it. And, that's very popular today. I actually have some of that farewell to the penny stuff in my collection.
Oh, you got to excuse me. My wife fed me some enchiladas. I got this serious heartburn.
Well,
Oh,
where's enchiladas for the rest of us?
yeah, it was one of them tray ones you throw in the oven or the microwave. It was
Oh
already made.
no, no,
She didn't
no!
make it
I
homemade.
need homemade.
It would have been better, I'm sure. The profit the mint makes on dimes, quarters, halves more than offsets the cost of the penny and the nickel, and the mint turns a profit every year, and the profits are turned over to the treasury. Ty, in a sense, they make money doing it, but do they really? Because they have to back the money for the face value. So no matter if they're producing the coin for less money or not, they still have to back it for the face value plus the cost. That's what they're talking about. There's not enough face value backing on the penny or the nickel. But I know one thing that's probably true is if they get rid of the penny, you know what's coming next. They're gonna try to axe that nickel too. Now, what do you think that's going to do to the economy,
Yeah,
the everyday guy
here's the
thing?
thing. Here's the thing, guys. The nickel is worth more as a metal than it is as a nickel. So I think we ought to talk to some of these guys over in Canada and maybe do some swapping with them. Since we
Yeah,
can't
that's
dump it
possible.
here. What do you think?
I think we should do some swapping or something. It I don't know. I think they can do something. I mean, because they did the the 100th anniversary of the penny. Then they made the special P penny in 2017. Although they didn't charge for that P penny that year, they should have sat there and not issued pennies and then just sold rows of P's. You see what I'm saying with the P mint mark?
So
They
something
need
like what
to,
they're doing on the 24 and 25 nickels today.
yeah. 25s, I think, are going to be short. Just my opinion.
Where was
I
the
think
24?
the cent situation is just a step towards CBDC. I honestly think it is, and smoly, I am froze again. Go ahead and talk a
Yes,
little
you
bit
are. But guys, stop and look at it. Look what the 24 nickels sold for, about $2, $3 a piece, I think it was this past year. And now the 25s are having the same problem. Everybody's asking them, where's the 25s? Something's up, buddy. Something's up. They're pulling the numbers, and I think that's what they're doing, getting us to hype on it now.
I think something's up. The mint is, I guess you could say, one of the best marketers of coins. They know how to make people want the coins. I mean, look at what they did in 2021. They sit there with they really did it in with the regular proof silver eagles. They sit there and said, we're going to limit them to just what was it, 3 per household or something, but yet they produced just as many. Actually, I think they might have produced more. So they made people think they were limited, and they were actually more readily available.
That kind of reminds me of the 10th ounce Black Lady coin. You remember them? Uh, I was
Did not
going down
what?
the highway. I was buying these, and I even bought a bunch for my brother here. I had people on the phone because I had them sold to a place out of California.
You mean Lady
All of a
Liberty
sudden,
from 18?
yeah, when you called me and said, "Hey, they just made them unlimited household," you're talking about a guy that was backtracking as fast as he could. I was telling everybody, if you can send them back, send them back. We
I
can't use.
remember, if I remember right, I do believe that the U.S. Mint had trouble figuring out when to take the limit off because there was a few years there where they would make something limited and then take the limit off an hour later.
Well,
They're
yeah.
not selling
Well,
good enough,
they
and they take it
they
off an
they
hour
held
later.
that one for a day. I'm on my way to Chicago,
Yeah,
and I had a couple other companies bring them to me. I'm calling everybody up that we was buying them from. We was going to wind up buying 240 of them. It was one per household. That's what they did, and then all of a sudden they said unlimited. And my brother called me and told me that, and now I'm picking up the phone calling everybody. Hey, if you could stop it, let them charge back your card, get it out of there. We're not buying them
sorry about that,
because I
folks. I
can
had to
already.
sneeze. I felt it coming on. I'm sure somebody's seen me fixing a sneeze. Um, It has to be approved by Congress, and it would take 30 years to see them fully gone. Yeah, it would take a long time for the penny to disappear in circulation. I mean, you still get wheats here and there. Um, but the thing about it is they're if they do actually get it passed through Congress, when they go into the banks, they'll start pulling them. The banks will be required to pull them and send them to the
Well,
U.S.
you
Mint.
know, and I'm going to tell you, no, it won't take 30 years. When Canada announced they said farewell to the penny, people were rushing to the banks buying up all them pennies. I was able to get Canadian BU rolls. Now, grant you, I wasn't getting them for a penny. I was paying $10 to $15 to buy these rolls.
Okay, keep the penny lower minis like they did with the 24 nickels. Yeah. They would round up not to use the penny. Yeah, Gary, thanks for the comment. That is something that is really a hot topic. It will affect consumer prices for people that are paying cash, but and this someone had said this is just going to help force the CBDC in action more because you can still use the pennies if you're using a debit card or something. But when you're using cash, there's going to be those people out there, stone cold cash. They could be people that are what you call unbankable, don't have credit cards, don't have access to PayPal or anything because they're unbankable, whether they choose not to have a bank or they just had so many bad bank accounts that they can't get a bank account. Those people are going to continue to use cash. And those people, I think, it's going to be like this gasoline, 9/10 of a cent.
Oh,
It's going to be
like me,
nine, five
I
tenths of a
continue
nickel.
to use cash. I
What's
don't
that?
like my banks, so I use cash.
Yeah, there's a
And they
lot of
don't
people
like
that
me. I don't like them.
I use cash a lot still. I know a lot of people do. And that's the people that are going to be affected. They're saying, I read an article where they're saying the average store or grocery store, it's only going to make a difference if they round it up about $157 a year in total
But
revenue.
but guys, think about this and these cards are talking about. I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of Brahms. Brahms is still right now, their computers are down. So what they're doing, their workers are writing the prices on inside the glass. People are bringing them up. They have to handwrite everything down and use their phone calculator to total it up. They're not now we don't have food tax anymore in Oklahoma. So they're lucky there because if they did, they'd be in real trouble. But right now they're having to handwrite everything. So that just proved that if we try to go to this cryptocurrency, it ain't gonna work.
I like Frank Mond's idea. Drop the cent and make the 20-cent piece again. Yeah, right?
Hey, I'm
That
in
was a
on that.
wonderful
I'm in
coin,
on
but
that. Let's do it.
the problem with the 20-cent piece was the same problem with the Sacagawea, or not the Sacagawea, the Susan B. Anthony dollar.
It was too close to the size of a
Too
quarter.
close. Yeah, one was too small, which the 20-cent piece was, and the dollar was just a little too large.
Yeah,
So they fixed the dollar just by changing the color. So they're going to have to change the color if they ever decide to make another 20-cent piece the same size, I would think.
yeah, because what was
Just my
happening, mom
opinion.
and pop's grocery stores was losing a lot of money because people weren't paying attention, throwing it over in the quarter section and then in their drawer and then handing it back as a quarter to people.
I think the people that are going to get hit the hardest are going to be the cash customer because they're going to be the ones who's going to have to sit there and say, "Wow, I got to pay the extra penny. I don't like this." Okay, we got a new crew member. Golly, I'm behind. Grass Face Killer, new member. Thank you, Grass Face Killer. Appreciate it, my friend. I'm going to catch up here with the chat. So if you guys, I'm going to try to catch up. What are the options to insure your metals, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you could insure your metals even through your regular insurance if
They
you
have a limit on it, though.
yes, you go to your insurance company and they will have you give them a documentation and some of them like here the insurance companies usually have them get something written from like us because we're licensed or somebody like that so they know that this is the market and when it's bullion we tell them just look at spot and
A lot of the coin shops tend to go. There's a place in London that
George
does
to
that
London.
insures us. That insures a lot of coin shops. They take care of the shipping and the
Yep.
inventory and stuff. but I don't think a person would want to deal with it because it's not cheap.
No, it's not.
Should the half dollar be brought back into regular change if they get rid of the penny and the nickel? Should they make the $1 coin to replace the bill? We already tried the $1 coin to replace the bill. It's not taken because they keep making the bill. That's the
Well, I
problem.
think the other reason is a lot of people don't like carrying all that change in their pocket.
Yeah.
They'll have to
Well,
go back. Have to go back over with these straps again to hold their pants up.
If they would stop producing the $1 bill, I think the dollar coin would go into play. Gen X, what's up, my friend? I did a breakdown of the cost per coin, and something is wrong. The mint and proof sets lose money as well. I don't know how they could lose money.
Especially when your silver sets are going 100 and what, 35?
They're 35 on
or
the
no, 150
set
now. They raised
25 or 30 on the mint. They're not losing money on them. Maybe the mint set be close, but the proof sets they're not.
I'm gonna tell you, last year their sales was down on proof sets and mint sets because of them raising them too high.
Well, that's the problem. Maybe they do need to get rid of it, but it's going to affect a lot of people. Anyone getting rid of the cent, just not making new ones. Yeah, that's all they can do at this point in time is just not make new ones. And that can only be for a temporary basis. I don't know how long the legislation will allow that to go on, where he can sit there, where Trump sits there and says, we're going to stop making pennies or cents. What the regulation is for that, I don't know. I don't know if he can do it for the whole year of 2025 or what. I hope he can do it for at least 6-7 months, and then the production on them will be way low. Have you heard the news? 2.9, no more USP. That's what we've been talking about, Chai. 2025S proof penny is selling for $75 on eBay. Guys, that's another thing.
I'm cracking all my stats. That's it.
Don't fall into the it's gonna disappear trap. I got to get it now. Don't FOMO this. There's a lot of people going to be out there trying to take advantage of it. Don't do it. If they got the 25S proof penny, it shouldn't be worth no more, maybe double what it was selling for. So you're talking $6 to $10. I wouldn't say it's worth any more than that. Someone on eBay selling 75. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, if they're selling them for 75, guys, call me. I'll sell them to you for 25, and you can put them up on eBay and make 50.
Yeah, because someone can. Are the proof sets even still available? Are they available yet to buy?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. That's just crazy. Mr. Coin Crew prefers you use cash. We're starting to catch up. I'm only 4 minutes behind now. Please begin questions with 3 question marks. Make sure your questions are noticeable. And the reason why that is so I can see it, because when I start running behind in chat like I am now, I skip over a lot of the reads. I try to keep going, but I skip over a lot of them just going to the questions. 2 years, 1 month, time flies. Well, thank you, J-Dog. I appreciate it. Do you know the difference between gross and grass? Yes, it's GRS. Can I say that? I don't know. Still waiting. Oh, man. That was wrong.
We actually have yawn rounds for sale right now.
He put that on there with the...
Yeah, you pronounced that dude's name wrong. It said gross, not grass.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry. I pronounced somebody's name wrong, and it was gross something, not grass. I'm half blind. Here it is. Gross face killer. I apologize, my friend. I'm half blind here. Let me get my glasses on. There we go. Now I can see it. I am so sorry. I do apologize. Oh, there's being Becky. Maybe I should auction off a few more coins. Well, it seems like a lot of people are overcharging for the 25 pennies. I don't know. Don't fall FOMO to it. What do you think about people falling FOMO to it? Seriously.
Honestly, guys, it's all being hyped, and that's not what you want to do, because you're going to buy these pennies. You're going to say, well, I got $75 in it. You're not going to get $75, even if it was in a 70 holder.
No, you won't. Cash is king.
You know, speaking
Yeah.
of cash, guys, I was down in Florida. I have a favorite place I'd like to eat at. I don't know more. I went in there. My regular waiter was there. Got set down. We was getting ready to order, and he told me, he says, Mr. Boyer is what he called me. He says, Mr. Boyer, he says, you can't leave a tip on the table anymore. He says, you got to pay with a card. I
And he
said,
said,
so what happens with that? He says, well, they tax us for it and we get it. I looked
"It's actually
over
for
at him.
what?"
I ain't going to say his name. I looked over at him and I said, you know what? I'm glad you let me know that before I ordered my food. I think it's time for me to leave. I'm sorry that you lost me as a customer. And I walked out.
They tax you for what? Spending cash?
No. The waiter, he was a good waiter. I tip people the way it don't matter, woman, man, color, or anything. If you do a good job, you're going to get a good tip from me.
Yeah.
And that's what he looked forward to. And that's the reason why he told me that I couldn't give him cash anymore. They weren't allowed to take cash. He told me ahead of time when I was looking at the menu.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Because I always left the cash on the table for him.
Well, I'm kind of weird like that because I feel that
Yeah, because now
I
they're
can't put the
they're
cash
taxing them.
in the waiter's hand or the waitress's hand, I feel like they may have to divvy it up with the rest of the crew, the busboys, the dishwashers, and they're not the ones giving me the great service.
It's that
I
one person.
always leave tip
It's
in
that one
cash.
person. And it's really sad that these people work less than minimum wage. Most restaurants do. They make up their wages by tips and everything else.
These two comments. There's one after Lisa Anderson, member for 10 months. Thank you. Do you still feel pretty? Even though my nails aren't pink, yes, I do. But then Frank Mons comes up and says, if Keith carried more chains, he could get a purse that matches his nails. They're not pink anymore, guys.
Well, he don't even have to worry about that. I was going to send him a pink dress to go with them nails.
Honestly, and I'm not saying I'm a celebrity
what
or
do you guys
anything
think
like
about him
that.
going to pink eyelashes?
These actors and actresses get up and they do stuff like that. What's wrong with that? There's the pink.
Look, Keith's got his nails done again.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It looks like it too. I'm thinking we need to do the eyelash thing, the pink heels, the pink dress, and bring them on to Tulsa, dress like that.
Gross Face Killer says, do you think you'll see counterfeits of the penny for 2025?
If they're getting that kind of money, you probably will.
Yeah, you will see counterfeits, so be careful. Because they'll counterfeit anything, especially if
just order them off Etsy. Etsy will sell them to you.
Dr. Silver's here. What is this? Man, I'm slow. Look at this. JT coin rings. Hello, my friend. That is awesome. On my budget, I can afford a 1/4 ounce gold coins, but I want to go with the cheapest. Normally, is it the Britannia versus the Liberty Head Half Eagle, which is 0.24 ounce, at a cheaper price?
The cheapest one you can really go with is really the Maple Leaf.
Maples tend to be a little bit better priced, and you get 4 9s. I mean, I think the
you
Britannia.
get. Of course, I do have a foundry company out there that will make me 1/4 ounce golds, and I guarantee them. And then I can do them even cheaper.
Okay, he's asking, is it a bad idea to go with the cheaper price for the 0.24 ounce $5 Eagle, the lib or whatever you want to call it, versus a 1/4 ounce gold? I don't think it's a bad idea. I'd rather have the old gold.
Yeah, but it's 0.24185 to be exact.
Yeah, but would you rather have a 1/4 ounce new gold or the 0.24185?
I like old gold, so.
Old gold, yeah. If it's cheaper, even better. Reminder, Angel has the morning show, 8 a.m. on the Mrs. Coin Crew channel. She is covering for Ida. So go check it out.
When is she doing that?
Kid.
When is she doing that?
She's doing it all week because Ida caught the bid, the beer virus, whatever you want to call it.
I was wondering why. I tried to get on. I couldn't get on her channel. I didn't know somebody else took
8
it
a.m.
over.
Eastern. Practically.
Well, yeah, but I usually get up there just
months.
before 9 and they're already gone. They don't wait for me. Like
Thank you, Ken, for being a channel member so long. We appreciate it. Another local here in town. He is a lot of people from Muskegon are finding me, but some of them he knew me way before YouTube, though. He's a really good guy. Here he is. Practical Ken gifted 5 crew memberships. Awesome sauce. Who got him? Who got him? Here it is. Doug Wagner, Bean, Becky, Eli, Gilbert Rogers, and Chad, who fell in the brook, man. Thank you so much, Practical Ken. That is so awesome. That is awesome. He has a channel. If one of the mods want to put up Practical Ken's channel, he does metal detecting and such. If you guys want to check him out, like I said, he's a friend of mine. He's a really nice guy, and he does some pretty cool videos. Is that true that tipping is not a thing in Europe? I don't know. I've been to Italy, and that was back in the 80s and France and stuff like that. When I was in service, we left tips.
Well,
I don't know if it's not a thing or not.
Well, my son hasn't been there since like 2011, but yes, they was allowing tipping there when he was there.
Maybe it's just certain places. Cash is better than credit. Cards are traceable and taxable.
You better believe it. That's how they track us.
Yeah, cash is king. There's no doubt about it. But, there's some instances, like if you're buying online or you're ordering from a great big store and they don't have that store in your area, you have to use some form of EBT or CBDC or whatever they call it. Here we go. But the Maple Leaf is $40 more expensive than the .24 Liberty Half Eagle. Yeah, the Half Eagle. I would rather have the Half Eagle, Eli. A lot of times you can get an
It depends on if that Liberty Half Eagle is raw or if it's graded.
If it's raw, that might not be worth. You might be better off with the pure one.
Because if it's raw, it's going below melt, guys.
Yeah, they that's what you have to look into, Eli. So, are you finding it online? Or are you finding it at your local dealer? That's another question too. Because if you find it online, unless you know the person, I wouldn't buy it. If you know the person and they're going to make any mistakes right, then go ahead. That's really kind of your own decision there. Which one do you want the most? That's the big question. And that's the one you should buy. Blue collar stacker, cash is king. It's an army says, Practical Ken says, thank you. Against an army. Tips are what young numismatists start with. I could search my mother's tips tirelessly. Yeah, they get to change from their parents and they go through them, and that's how they start collecting. We give world coins out in my shop. What do you do for the kids over in your shop?
Well, I kick them out the door. No.
Yeah. No,
actually, guys, we have what we call a starter program, and we see how smart the kids are. We give them 1 coin to start their book. But I'm going to tell you, most of the kids in my area have gotten really smart. They keep taking the Washington quarter book, a $50 book for that silver, or the dime book. The pennies are setting because they want to get that silver coin.
Kruger M may be your cheapest silver and gold coin after all. Of all. Yeah.
Just remember, guys, it's 22 karat. There is a total ounce of gold in it, but it weighs just like the eagle.
Well, he's talking about a half eagle size, so that would be a quarter ounce. You might, if you're looking for the cheapest, you might be something.
I'm talking about the purity gold in it, Keith. Is 0.9167.
Yeah, percentage of purity. You might be better off with something like a lot of times they have quarter ounce and half ounce gold coins to contribute something like the War in the Pacific, Battle of the Coral Sea. Those always go cheaper.
Yeah, they do.
Go cheaper on my auction than any other form of pure gold.
I got Pearl Harbor 10th ounces from Canada. That's my cheapest 10th ounces in the store.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of times you'll get stuff like that and it'll go cheaper. Unless, of course, like anything else, an item gets hot, then of course, then the premium goes way up on those
Yeah.
higher. I'm just a gold stacker. I'm buying online from Max or JM or Hero Bullion. Dude, Eli, check out Mike, my brother. Someone want to put his website or something?
Dude, you're overpaying, man. You're overpaying. That's all I'm going to say. You might want to go to
JM's a
Mid
little bit
America
more
and check
expensive
it
than
out.
that. I don't know what Max is.
I do.
Hero's pretty competitive at some things. That's a thing when you're buying online, and Mike will attest to this. You're a number unless you can talk to that person. And when I say talk to that person, I'm talking about the owner, the boss. Unless you can talk to him and try to work a deal with him, you're just a number. So all these great big bullion guys, they most likely don't know your name until they read it on a piece of paper. And that's the difference between someone small like myself. And Mike's not small, but he's a lot smaller than those guys.
But I can get more bullion than a lot of them guys.
What do you think?
Guys, I work
to
direct with some of the mints and everything else. I know their numbers, what these guys are paying. And yeah, some of that stuff, they're overcharging you guys. And I'm sorry about that, but you need to check out. I'm not saying just check out me. There's other companies like me out there. Keith's right. If you can't talk to the owner and get a deal worked out, then
it
you're
may not be the owner,
you're
maybe
dialing
be
the
the
wrong
manager
number.
or something. Yeah. That's, and maybe that's a pet peeve of mine. One of the worst things is I pick up the phone and I call something. Please press this for this. Please press this number for this person. And then you get in there. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer the phone at this time. If you leave a message, I'll call you back as soon as possible. I hate voicemail. I hate getting trapped in that automated system. I hate the Toyota dealers. Press 1 for Honda. Press 2
Just
for
in the
Subaru.
last 2
It's
weeks,
like,
I've had people drive from Oklahoma City, Dallas, Texas out to see me and wishing they would have got to find me first after they seen their real numbers.
Danny likes the Mexican gold.
We can sell it to you.
You got some of that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do.
Getting back to the pennies, getting the axe. How long until the nickel is next? Nickel squeeze of 2023, anyone? We did touch on that, and I think it's not going to be too long after, because if the Department of Government Efficiency, and they're trying to cut everything they can, they're going to try to do it during this term, I bet.
2024s, we're selling $2 and $3 a piece. 2025s, everybody's asked them, where's the nickel? People's been going to banks asking them, well, we can't order any new nickels. What they're trying, they got to get rid of the nickels they have, is what they're being told.
Oh, I keep ordering nickels from my bank.
Are you getting any 2025s?
No, I've got the one box down there. I got new. We'll see if it's got 25s in it. But out of 4 boxes, we only got 3 24s. And I figure, hey, $2, man.
Oh, actually, some guys are selling for $3.
One nickel out of every, so often there.
No, my bank won't order any nickels because they got a ton of them flowing through from all the convenience stores and everything coming through. So they don't even order nickels. They'll give you what they had already come in. Well, I've already seen them, so I don't want them back.
So what you do is you just buy them and don't give them back. Force them to order them. Start taking the nickels out of your area.
I never thought about that, but then I'll be setting on more nickels.
No, go take the nickels to another bank in another town.
Well, actually, I'm thinking about making a trip to Canada. Canada is on its way to being the 51st state if we keep going.
That's what they say. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. I really don't. Either. I do want to thank everybody for being here. We really appreciate. Wow,
there's over with the way you start talking there.
Did you see how many? 114 people. Wow. Not that excited. I think they're trying to see.
I appreciate you coming to see me. I know if I wasn't here, he would have nobody, but thank you again, guys.
Yeah, it'd be 0 here. What kind of Sigma do you use at your shops? Do you have an XRP? Do not have an XRP. I use the $1,000 Sigma, the one that's like you just touched
We
it. I
have
don't
one.
have
Our
the one
gun
with,
is went
measures
down. We've been using our little mini.
You got the
Pro.
Pro, don't you?
I'm using a Pro now. We are thinking about getting another one, but guys, I'm gonna tell you, my mini Pro's been doing just as good as that gun did.
Now the thing about the XRPs, and Mrs. Coin Crew's pointed out, we can't afford it. What are they, 25, 30,000 to start? Something like that?
No, I got a company that will sell me some rebuilt ones, guys. Remember, and that's why I'm a little leery for 17,000.
Rebuilt for 17, that's still expensive.
That is real expensive because they only give you a year warranty. With the new one, we get about a 3-year warranty. Woo-wee. And it seems like that's all they make it to.
Okay, the quarter-ounce gold Britannia is 740 versus the Liberty Head Eagle, which is 90% at 700. Which do you like? Is Eagle certified? That's the big question.
Not for that number, it's not, I guarantee you.
No, not at that number, it's probably not certified.
It's gonna be raw.
Honestly, for 740, I would go for a maple.
Guys, that is not that much over spot.
Oh, actually, it's not. Spots went up, so you got
spots are a little over 20, it was at 29. Let's see where it's at now. Let's take a look.
28.92.
Okay. 28.92 divided by 4. 723 is melt, guys. That is not a bad price. $17 over.
No, it's not.
The one for 700. Check this out. 28.
It's probably a low grade. I forget sometimes when you break this down that 700 is under melt nowadays. It takes a lot of getting used to the higher prices. Appreciate the thanks and joining us tonight. Yeah, guys, please hit the thumbs up. I'm sure the mods have been saying something, but I like to say it every now and again. Here you go. Here's
guys, that is right. 50 cents over melt is what that is. It's right there at melt. They're selling that to you.
Now this is patriotic here from Canada. 100% patriotism. Only through war will you guys get us to become the 51st state. Oh, I'm tongue-tied. Canada is owned by the royal family. How are you going to convince them to sell their stolen land to the people who stole their stolen land? I don't know. Offer them enough money, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I think they're on to the start because they're being charged 25% excise tax.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it's beneficial just to merge for the
I'm sorry, that ain't
protection plus the tax benefits. But whether it happens or not, I am not an economist. I am not a strategist when it comes to making territories or anything like that. We have states and we have territories in the U.S.
And besides, anyway, I know you're from Canada. We are just making a joke about it. If we heard it on the news, and I thought that was so funny to even think of that. But hey, news is.
It's kind of like the Florida quarter was a nickel. He had recounted 5 times in the year 2000.
Right.
He got 7 2024s in 100 boxes or 7 boxes of nickels. Like I said, I got 7 boxes, 100 nickels. How many 2024s did you get, Silver Shelby Stacker? That's what I want to know. Liza Jane, how are you, my friend? Can you trust Mexican silver coins on a Sigma, Michael?
Yes.
There you go. Video watcher says XRF, right? Yeah, why did I say XRP a while ago? I don't know why I said that. I probably read it. It's an XRF machine, an X-ray machine.
Yes.
So if I did say XRP, I am truly sorry.
I didn't hear you say that, but I guess you must.
Not, but he's making me think I did by writing it explicitly. Scotty Aquati, what's up? And Scotty Aquati says, "Hey Keith, Mike." So we're rolling down. I'm only 3 minutes behind. I'm just gonna shoot right down to the question marks. I'm gonna finally catch up. Well, we got to do this because it's another 5 memberships. Practical Ken did it again. Azure Blue was one of the proud recipients. Rhonda, the lucky one, got one. Drickett won. Crafty Dragon and Jack Goldman. Guys, give him a big thank you. Practical Ken is showing it up tonight. That makes 10. Okay, here we go. Sorry, 770 versus 700. Now I would definitely go for a maple. What was the melt on the half eagle?
Well, he's saying for a Britannia versus a Lib. He ain't saying nothing about the maple.
No, I'm recommending the maple.
I
He's saying 770, not 740.
Okay, that is a little bit different.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. Now I would go for I would hunt down a maple or a Krugerrand.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy the Britannia. I think you can get one of those at the same level or lower. Practical Ken, what's up, my friend? Then again, what do I know? A box at $500, about $450 are all 2024s.
Wow.
Wow. Why did you pay $500 for a box? But then if they were all 2024s, it was a great deal. It was probably a new box, and then they had some old, sometimes they'll have some old coins in them. Someone probably cracked them and seen were all 24s with a couple enders different. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, 450 faces, 24s. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because that's 40. Wow, that's $20 times 450. 20 pieces times 450 times $2. That's how much money you get.
Yeah.
Somebody got jacked.
Talking about $50.
He's talking about
halves. Oh, well, that ain't no good.
That ain't
I
no
thought he was
good.
talking about nickels. I'm stuck on nickels.
Nickels are the ones they had problems.
Yeah, halves. They've been doing that a lot since 2021 or 2020. They've been putting a lot of new halves in the boxes. I don't know if they're gathering up the old ones and eliminating them or what they're doing exactly. Yeah. After Mrs. Coin Crew comes running by saying he's talking about halves.
Because halves are the only ones that come in $500.
No, quarters do too. You see, here's a half box.
Oh, quarters are $500 too?
Yeah.
Well, they don't have $500 worth of nickels.
Well, he could have bought it for $500. Now, where did this box go? We'll throw that over there with the other ones. In a fool. So, yeah. There's 102 people watching. How many thumbs up we got, guys? Do we have at least 102? We should have at least 102. Nobody likes us, Mike. 73, and we had a peak of 114 people. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's a boring show.
I know if that guy wasn't there, you guys would have gave him all thumbs up.
Everybody who came in would have gave a thumbs up. Yeah, I know. So,
but guys,
you
for real, the penny is on its way out, I think.
Yep,
But, there's going to be a whole different way about it than what they're trying to do right now.
It's definitely going to have some impacts on the economic pricing. Some people will go down. Some people will go up.
Well, on the burnished eagles, you can tell they'll have a W on them, where the mint strikes don't.
Yeah, we'll have a W mint mark on the reverse, not on the front. The new Eagles, they have an A superimposed over a W, which is Adolf Wyman's initials.
Yeah, not like the 2007s, 8s, and everything. They had them on the front. Now they're on the back. He's right.
And he was alive sometime in 1800 through 1900.
And guys,
a lot of
if you guys ain't doing nothing tomorrow after lunch, Mid-America is going to be putting out another video showing you what I found at the St. Louis show. So you'll want to stay tuned for that because you're going to be shocked what I found.
It's good to know that I'm not the only one that needs glasses. He said, "Sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. Couldn't see. I wasn't making sense." You was making sense. I just misinterpreted it. That's all. Juan, what's up, my friend? How are you? Oh, did anybody send us any pics to look at? Nope.
Well, you're lucky because the show's almost over. And
I know. I'm just now looking. I'm like, anybody? Yeah. Okay, Choking Ghost. I'm actually caught up now. What percentage of your savings should you suggest to have in metals? Everybody has a different. I'm overweight on the metals. What do you think, Mike? Of the money, your savings are not really your net worth, just your savings, because he didn't say net worth.
okay, my savings are probably 50-60%.
My net worth is probably 40 to 60% in the metals.
Because I mean, I deal in a little bit of everything. I deal in stocks. We deal in land and everything else. So, we don't I always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You need to always have somewhere to go.
Hit the thumbs or I will come by your house and criticize your coin collection to Sir Blue.
Oh, shoot. I better go hit my thumbs up then. It'd be terrible if I got a bad.
Well, a lot of people consider metals as cash. All of my cash is metals in Maples, really. Daniel Christopher, thank you for the comment. It's good. I think for the average person, I really believe that you shouldn't have more than 25% of your savings in there. It's just that I do this for a living. I buy and sell coins. And a lot of you know me from my Sunday Funday auctions, and we do coin show videos. I've done them with Mike, with Seeker, all kinds of stuff. So I do this for a living, so I'm naturally going to be overweight in the metals. I'm trying to thin it out. It's hard to spread into other stuff when you make a living off of this. But the average person, I think, would be good with a maximum of 25%. But if I had to tell you or recommend to you, now I'm not a financial analyst, but if I had to recommend a good number to be at, 15%. Not too overweight, not too underweight. And that way your portfolio will be diversified.
I'm going to disagree with him because I really think, yes, it's okay to be in the stocks. It's okay to be in cryptocurrency. But with land and metals, I can touch it. The metals I can hold in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the land, I could put my feet down on it, my hands down on it. I can stick a shovel in it and dig that dirt up.
Yeah, go behind a tree and take a leak. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I'm going to tell you, this is why I really, even if I wasn't dealing in this, I would probably still have at least 40-50% in it.
Now, Juan says for your cash, you should have 20% in gold, 10% silver, 20% land, and 50% cash. Those are all liquidable assets. No stocks there, Juan, huh? Okay. He probably doesn't count stocks as cash, but they are considered cash as well.
Well, yes,
but they flux up and they flux down.
Juan, I'm going to tell you that 10% silver. Oh man, that's awful.
Here's a good topic. Practical Ken says, Bitcoin? No Bitcoin? Huh? No Bitcoin?
I said cryptocurrency. You should have been listening.
Well, you didn't say Bitcoin.
Don't have to. I put it in just
a
little bit of all the crypto. I'm into quite a few different cryptos.
I have a friend of mine. He's a young kid. He's 22 years old. He's a crypto millionaire from Bitcoin. There's a lot of money to be made in Bitcoin and a lot of money to be lost. Because there's no intrinsic value to cryptocurrency, it's not for me. I'm not saying you can't make money. I'm just saying I'm not buying
I've seen that Bitcoin go all the way up and way down fast. Yeah.
Here you go. I need to touch, feel, see, or taste it. or it doesn't have value, intrinsic value. Bitcoin does. You can't touch it, feel it. You can see it on a computer screen, but when you if you lose electricity, you can't see it.
Or you can find a guy like that guy sitting in jail that hacks it and takes your bitcoins and goes off to Tahiti for a little bit. Guys, one thing about if you're into crypto, make sure you have a wallet. Make sure you pull it off your when you're done. Put it in that wallet. Put it in your safe. Lock it down. The reason why they have you pull it off is to more protection. If it's sitting in on your computer and you're just constantly getting on watching stuff, you got a chance to be hacked.
Now, Frank Mons is, I want to touch base on what he's talking about. He says crypto is the newest reinvention of the pyramid scheme. It's buy and sell stuff, and someone's going to get caught at the end, left holding the bag. But the difference with this is there's ways to trade crypto for free, but you have companies like, and I hate to call them out, but they're the only name I can think of, Coinbase. They charge you a fee to trade, something that you don't really need them for. So in this pyramid scheme, which is a lot different than other pyramid schemes of the past, there's somebody taking a little bit of your money. And when I say a little bit, it's not a little bit. It's a lot of it. Huge fees. You can buy crypto-based stock, Coinbase stock rather, not crypto, but Coinbase stock, but they don't pay a dividend. So how's that any better? But yeah, I think I have to agree with Frank on this. It's some type of pyramid scheme. Some people win. A lot more people will lose. What do you think? Your 2 cents.
Well, I guess I'm going to be like them people that are in it, but I'm in it to win it. So, I'm gonna play. Hey, I know billionaire guys that are doing it. Look at Musk. He's in there. Why can't I be?
Here is Video Watcher says, glad to hear some metal guys realize crypto does have some upside. Everything has an upside, and I'm not defending crypto and I'm not dogging them, but somebody's going to lose in the end if the electricity gets shut off. It's everybody holding crypto. It's if we have a solar flare and everybody's wallets get zapped, where's it at? So for me, and here's my real reason why I personally don't buy crypto, is it doesn't produce a product. It doesn't produce a service. It doesn't produce anything. It leeches off of the electricity. It would not be alive if it wasn't for computers or electricity. It is one of the hugest electricity draws in the world. It's a parasite in a sense, but you can make money at it. And I am happy for everybody who has made millions or billions of dollars. I wish I would have thought of it, because I would be the guy who invented Bitcoin and, but somebody's going to have to, there's always going to have to be in anything, there's always going to have to be winners and losers, or nobody is a winner. And that's something you have to understand. Frank says it's air, nothing there.
I hear that a lot, Frank.
We greatly appreciate the more like, yeah, but it's something people make money on, and I'm not knocking them.
But guys, I've had some people. They buy gold and silver from it, but I put them into cryptocurrency too, and they thank me for it. One thing I look at it like this: I just helped a customer that's going to come back to me when they make money off it, and
It's kind of like the paper, silver, and gold. Because there's not enough silver and gold to cover the 300 times the amount of paper on silver.
But, and if I'm going to tell you, and I said this before, especially to the younger people, if for some reason, and, they show it in movies and some movies come true, the world got hacked, all the computers went down, where would you guys be at then? What's going to trade then?
Where do crypto exchanges get their Coinbase, get their cryptos? How are cryptos regulated? That is the really big stump right there, is getting some type of regulation. They're still trying to figure it out.
They still haven't got it fully regulated. No.
They are figuring it out. And by having places like Coinbase and other crypto exchanges, they are able to track it a little more, which
And
means
I
you're no
use
longer
Coinbase to do my
invisible.
trading.
So that's what most people trade it for, is to stay off the grid. But when it gets regulated completely, you're no longer off the grid.
No. But just remember, yes, there is some fees in there with Coinbase, but they are one of the largest places, and a lot of people trust them.
I couldn't do that, Silver Shelby Stacker. I wouldn't feel good about making a crypto because I just don't feel there's any value.
Well, if I made one, would you buy them?
They probably would. They bought Ron's basement unicorn dust crypto
Okay,
thingy.
well, we'll get started on this.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Come on, you can team up with me.
Nah, I'm not going to do it.
Let's go make some money. For these
Everything
people.
has an upside when it's up.
We're gonna help you guys make money with us.
Oh, unicorn farts, not unicorn dust. I'm sorry. Ron's basement, unicorn farts. I'm just not that type of person. BlackRock has invested $40 billion in the last year in Bitcoin. You think they are bad at making money? Okay, MM, I'm going to stop you right there, buddy. It doesn't matter if you are a professional investor or not. And like I said, people can make money on crypto. Now, take for granted these guys are professional investors. But again, let's go back to my first statement. Doesn't matter if you're a professional or not. You're going to make mistakes. You only have to make one really right move to make up for all your mistakes in the stock market or any financial market. So that 40 billion is probably a splash in the pan for BlackRock. They handle trillions of dollars worth of assets. But while they invested that 40 billion, you have to stop and think, how much did they sell along the way? Because what they'll do is they'll buy and then sell a little higher, and then it eases back. They'll buy some more and then sell a little higher. How much of their own money did they actually put in it? And again, they could make mistakes. They could lose it all. They know it.
Well,
It's a risk.
look at a couple of years ago what Musk did with Bitcoin. He invested millions into the Bitcoin. Well, because you could buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. All of a sudden, Musk, one word, says you can no longer use Bitcoin to buy his Teslas. And what did it do?
It fell.
It fell hard. It was up over
20 or 30 and it fell down to
60,000 and
67.
dropped down to 19,000.
If people wake up one morning and do what Musk said and say, I don't want to accept Bitcoin as a currency anymore, it will fall again. So just make sure you're pulling out some of your profits along the way to where, as with any investment, you try to have none of your money in it and let the rest ride and maybe pull a little out here and there. That is my opinion on how to handle it. Whether I'm right, I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor.
So, in other words, guys, I move that stuff around quite a bit. If I see something starting to look funny, I drop it and go into something else. I don't pull it out. I just move it somewhere else.
Okay. Ty McFadden says the only thing truly off grid is cash and metals. That's right.
But yeah, guys,
you got IP
invest wisely is all I can really say. But just remember, just what we just said. One man said, I ain't taking it, and it made it crumble. Can you imagine if the rest of the great big companies said, okay, never mind, we're not taking it. It's up around 95,000, I think, right now. But guess what? It can drop back down to 19 just like that.
Why would you guys make your own silver round someday?
Actually, guys, I am into work on making silver rounds. I already got them open.
That is wrong. Is this the ARP channel? Yeah, we're the old guy channel. There's some young people in here. Hey, talking about the ARP channel. If you are under the age of 50, put a 1 in the chat. So we'll see if we're the ARP, because you can't get ARP until you're 50. And if we get a whole bunch of 1s, that means we're not a total.
Well, I'm 16, so that means I can't do art.
I don't even know where I'm at.
Look, Wendy is.
See, we got some under 50 people here.
There you go. Sam,
We're not a total ARP channel. I'm over
we're,
18.
what's this 2? We're put 2.
That means they're over 50.
Okay.
They're over 50 if they're 2s.
Okay.
Well, there's MJ, Liza, Jane. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thank everybody for being here.
Well, we got one that
don't
says
have a
I'm
video
over
from,
18.
What?
We got one in there that says I'm over 18.
I can honestly say
Oh,
I'm
here's a
not
1, 2
18.
here. How about what does that count for?
7
we got
out of 111.
Got a 7. Got a 58 on Thursday. That Ty's going to be 58 on Thursday.
Yeah,
Got
I said happy
67.
early birthday in the chat. So happy birthday early, Ty.
Bitcoin.
Wish you the best, my friend. So we talked a little bit about the penny. We talked a little bit about crypto, and we're not even a crypto channel. We're a coin channel.
X
We gave our opinion. And again, I'm not against it. It's just not for me because people
I'm
have
not
made a lot of
against
money.
it, and it is just for me.
Did we talk about the silver spread at all? Let's finish it up talking about the silver spread. And silver spread is slowly inching up. It's 91.9 or 91.18, and it was 80 a few months ago, 80 to 1. What is going on? Obviously,
Well,
it's because
we got
silver's
gold
not
out
selling.
there planting a new record again. That's what's happening.
Yeah, silver's obviously not selling. Gold's performing a little better, but even it's having trouble staying over the 2,900.
The buyers are in for me on gold. They're buying a lot of gold.
Yeah, you have a lot of buyers, more buyers for gold and silver. But honestly, if you want to sell silver, you just got to put a price on it to sell, even if it's at or under spot. Now, this is wrong. This is wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know who your local coin shop is.
So
if he's buying at 29 and selling at 34, that is wrong. Anything greater, and I think 10% is high, but anything greater than 10% is ridiculous. That is 15, 14.
Guys, right now in our store, we are back up to 50 cents over. So you ain't even paying 32. I think 32 and some change is what you're paying to me. I'm paying more than 29, guys. So that is pretty bad.
I'm not paying 29. I'm paying around $1 back, and I'm selling 50 to 75 cents over.
$1,
depending on how I feel.
$1 to $1.50 should be the most.
Yeah, that should be where you're at on it.
Because the silver's soft right now. I can buy all I want from the founder company's spot or a little back.
Now, I can understand a person if they were buying at 29 and they charged 34, if they were paying the credit card fee and the shipping. Then I might be able to understand it.
But
because
if
for
that's
34,
what
you have over $1 in credit card
is doing, I would find me a new silver guy to deal with.
Yeah, I definitely would.
Another store.
But then again, Video Watch might not even be buying it. He may just be pointing out that that's what they do.
That's a $5 spread.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a nice spread.
Yeah, but if volumes are low, $5 profit on each silver round isn't obscene. It is obscene because if he's a coin dealer and not unless he's just a straight bullion dealer, but he shouldn't.
Bullion dealers wouldn't be selling like that.
No, a straight bullion dealer wouldn't be that. And if he's a coin dealer too, and again, I hate saying
I am a bullion company, and we do not sell like that. We never have sold like that.
If he's a coin dealer, he should be making the sales because collectible coins are hot right now. I'm selling more collectibles, twice as many collectibles as I have in recent months. You'll notice my auctions are even moving more collectible stuff than bullion because that's where it's going.
I would find you another dealer in your area or reach out to somebody online because that is at that point, that's just too much.
Okay, he's saying it's not their usual spread, but based on current market conditions, the coin shop well respected. You just tell him, dude, it's too high. And you don't have to buy it. If you like the guy, just say, dude, you're way out of line with the market. I'm not buying it.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you,
But if you like them, I mean, buy something else. Just don't buy that.
Yeah, buy something else. Yeah,
Yeah, because that's just too high.
that is.
I'm looking at nice large sin. Any tips for which year or grades to go after and which to avoid? I like the 57 large sin. It's a little bit shorter year. It's new, so it's affordable.
I like the 95, 1795.
Anything before 1800 is good. Just make sure you got a good planchet. A lot of times that stuff has environmental damage or it's off center or something like that. Just make sure the planchet is problem free. And that is a big issue with pre 1800 stuff. I love all coins before 1800.
Well, he could go ahead and put together a 1904 set
Now,
or 1804 set. I mean,
yeah, that's an idea there. Now, video watcher Mrs. Coin Crew has a thought about it. If you're comfortable paying it, go for it. Yeah, if you're comfortable, I guess you could go for it because you got to be happy with what you're doing. If you like the guy that much, you've heard our opinion about the spread being a little big, but if you're comfortable and you like him and you want to help support him, yeah, go for it, my friend. Go for it. Because it's important to try to keep a local coin shop in business because they can get you stuff that these online dealers can't get for you.
Not true.
A local coin shop can get more stuff than an online.
And an online dealer who is like me can get them all the stuff they need.
No, I'm saying a guy that does nothing but online.
Well, I do both.
Well, yeah, see, you have that's the advantage you have. Coins that come out of the dirt from metal detecting are not as collectible. And Practical Ken knows this because he is a metal detector and he does videos. And he's got a channel. So we're going to be live Sunday for another auction. We don't sell stuff on Tuesdays. We just here talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's here as an informational type basis. We normally go about an hour and we're actually over. I do apologize. Time got away from me. Mike, do you want to say anything to close out? I'm gonna say bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please hit the like before you go, and we're gonna let Mike close it out, and then we're gonna end. Sound cool,
guys? Thank you again for coming, and I hope you did like watching this. I hope you guys give us a thumbs up. We will be back next Tuesday. So, guys, enjoy your evening tonight. I hear some areas the weather's going to be real nasty tomorrow. So please be careful out there. I will talk to you guys next week.
Have a great night. See you next time. Bye.